Hello. Welcome to Three Kobolds Gaming, where we play Pathfinder 2nd Edition, and tonight we continue our Heroes of Absalom campaign.
Yeah, boy.
I
Boys.
am so excited. So hyped, so excited. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
Solving
week
that
was a
middle was
sweater.
awesome.
Oh yeah, Riddle was good.
Well, we'll talk about that once we get in. I'm talking generally. How's it feel, Ben, to have moved?
Yeah, literally just moved yesterday. Hence the different background. Although this is not my house. This is Jack's downstairs because I don't have internet yet. So
Courtesy of Comcast.
I know that's
the joys of Comcast internet. Yeah.
Indeed.
But
you,
so I'm
Comcast.
exhausted, but happy to be mostly done with the move.
Yeah, that's exciting. Dan, any big exciting news to share?
No. Just
right.
working hard and looking forward to tonight's game because I need to know more about what's down in this basement / dungeon house / just horror fest in general.
Is it a dungeon house or a house dungeon?
A dungeon under a house.
Dungeon.
That's
House
yeah.
on top of a dungeon?
Yeah.
It's more of a lodge, not a house. Now that I think about it,
It's like it's more a gatehouse. It's a gatehouse to the dungeon.
Yeah.
Gatehouse to the dungeon.
So a dungeon house.
It's
Yeah.
more
Dungeon lodge.
I was right the first time.
It's just an unfinished basement.
It's just this is your average unfinished American basement
Exactly.
with all the normal stuff that it has inside of it.
Yeah, I mean, whose unfinished basement doesn't have a 10 to 12 foot tall, gray, faceless monster lurking somewhere in the corners?
Just reading a book.
We've all opened a door in our unfinished basement, seen a big spider, and closed the door. We've all done that.
That is
really
absolutely
Okay.
true.
have.
Okay,
Actually
okay.
have.
I did spend the first 16 years of my life having an unfinished basement, and let me tell you, that shit is scaring you.
Oh, yeah.
Especially as a
Genuine
child.
Floors.
Horror
Yep.
show.
Yeah.
Nothing good's down there at all.
No, not at all. Yeah, so I have been unbelievably hyped about this section of the campaign for so long. Obviously, having read ahead and knowing what's going on here, I've been waiting for these
Never
couple
good
of
with the
encounters. I've been waiting for so many encounters that we haven't even gotten close to. So
Yeah.
I've got to
Right.
measure my excitement to get appropriate peaks and valleys of emotional engagement, and I'm fully engaged, 100%. Not that I'm not ever giving you a subpar level of commitment to what we're doing, but Jack, I mean, you've got favorite encounters.
Yeah, there's stuff you read in book 5 when you're starting to read book 1 that's like, oh, when I get here, I got some sauce cooked up for this one, you know? Like there's monsters that stick with you, and there's encounter designs that are just like, that's so smart. I cannot wait to get one shot and die instantly and not get to do any of the cool stuff that I want to do.
I can't wait for my my swashbuckler to roll 4 natural 20s on her finishers in a row.
You have to use your Hail Mary ability like in round 2, you know.
Yeah. Yep. Looks like I don't have to remember my contingency. I'll just use it now.
Here it is.
So as part of that hype train that I've been trying to follow and trying to feed into my players, I gave them a little bit of a puzzle. A little bit of a, what is it?
A riddle?
Cryptology?
A cryptograph?
Cryptograph? Cryptograph?
Well, it's a cipher.
Cipher.
Yeah.
A cipher. Yeah.
And it was just it was an easy Caesar cipher. It wasn't even that.
A cryptograph is a coded message.
Yes.
So it was a cryptograph. For sure.
So we'll get.
It was a cryptograph, and we were given a cipher to decode it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Mhm.
There it is.
Yes.
There it is. We solved the second cryptograph.
What the fuck to call this thing?
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun working on that. We'll get a little bit more into what that all says in
Yeah,
session.
There's some juice in there.
Like 2 sentences in, I was like, okay, I've got this script memorized now. Okay, let's go.
I can read this language for the rest of my life.
So next time I'll just have to be a little more obtuse about the clues that I give you. I was like, I don't know, this might be a little hard. I'll make sure all the vowels are in the cipher. seems like y'all could do with a little more guesswork.
I loved it. If you made it harder, that would not be remiss, but it was very fun regardless. It was
good.
Good entry.
It was fun.
Very good. Well,
I love feeling like a big brain. It's great.
Mm-hmm.
why don't we jump on in? You all have been tasked with maintaining control over Father Infector, Jonas Flackbatter, not to be confused with the other J name, who I will not say so as we break the curse.
We don't speak that name in this house anymore.
I actually have it tattooed on my stomach now.
I was wondering where
knuckles.
that $600 went. It explains so much. You have 72 hours where you need to hold this man awaiting the justice of the High Council.
And we're doing a great
You're doing a great job. You've been attacked over and over again repeatedly by not just cultists, but now also aberrations and occult beings from other dimensions.
It's typical
Following
Tuesday night. Or toil day night.
Mr. Flackfatter's unfortunate disappearance into the floor as he was pulled, kicking and screaming through solid wood and stone. The entire house shook. There was an explosion. All of your friends died. You fought 5 shining children, which I don't wish on any of my worst enemies. And a Quailant. Some weird abomination of emotional energies that was seeking
The
to
Illuminati, right.
feed upon the very things that make you who you are. And now you are, we'll go to the map. Here. Are you guys on the map? Yes, you are. In a strange room. Several tables around this room are scattered with an eclectic variety of macabre curiosities, such as twisted creatures in jars of pale fluids, skulls carved with runes, and rusted medical implements. An alcove to the southwest contains a fully articulated skeleton of a winged centaur, with small metal tags detailing each bone. An alcove to the northwest contains a single wooden door.
Detect magic.
Detect magic, you say?
I
You
did say that.
do in fact find magic.
So what's the highest and where is it?
I don't appreciate your tone.
I'm sorry. Let me repeat myself.
Where?
Can you please tell me where the highest source of magic in the room is?
Let me determine, because despite the fact that you've been using this spell for forever, the highest level of magical item seems to be a knot of copper wire, just interspersed.
If it's not of copper, what is it of?
Yeah.
Bronze. It is enchantment magic. And it is one of 2 magical signatures in this room.
Where is it? What's
That's
it?
It's on one of the work tables.
It's the highest
Okay.
one too. That's
Before we
interesting.
get much further, I do want to make sure we don't skip over the elephant in the room that is our dead friend Bloody Burleth.
Yes.
He died in the former combat. I do, however, think that perhaps Firin or Kashak would just sort of prop his body up out of the way and carry on. Because all of us have such horrible, rampant PTSD at this point.
Yeah, we're
It's like-
desensitized.
Death is meaningless. Life is what it is, and then we all die, and we just sort of move on very quickly. But I do want to acknowledge that we do probably do something with his body.
Yes.
I think Twinkle Toes is like just loudly sobbing over the bodies of these dead children around her.
They're not really children
Yeah.
Of these
First.
shining children.
per se.
They look horrifying.
The light has gone out of them.
That probably only makes them creepier.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You see like
Husks of these creatures,
what
yeah.
were bright, brilliant, golden light eyes and mouth are now just like abyss like blackness.
No.
What
Twinkle Toes
no,
is
no.
definitely sobbing.
warmth and almost inner illumination of their entirely white skin is now pale, pallid. Their flowing, like shocks of white hair that seemed to drift about their heads as though unaffected by gravity, now stringy and gray, mops on the ground. And
Gross.
as you weep over them, their material bodies seem to just disintegrate, turning to dust and disappearing before your very eyes.
Gross overall.
So it takes me a minute to identify this wire.
It sure does, guy. Roll me a check.
Or-
Interspersed with Twinkle Toes' tears that are falling down her cheeks, she's also bleeding profusely.
36.
As a
and,
side note,
As a side note, to
Basher will
make it
cast Life Boost on Twinkle Toes. So
Oh, thank you.
While these two spells are happening, Fearin begins to refocus.
uh,
that's 56 points, by the way. Okay.
Thank you.
that's a couple for sure. What was
So
your
36
total?
in the
Thank you.
36?
36, yeah. Sorry.
Sorry, I'm just looking at the 14d6 plus 6 plus 1d8 damage that was rolled earlier. So with
Oh,
the
was that me?
36,
It was.
you identify it was, yeah. I think that was a precise strike crit or something.
Yeah.
The
uh,
14d6 plus 6 plus a d8. Yeah.
This
No, that's not. That was a finisher.
knot of copper wire is what is known as a dazing coil.
Mm.
A dazing coil.
You affix it to a weapon as per the talisman rules. And when you deal damage to a flat-footed creature, you can activate the coil, and they must succeed at a DC 31 will save or be stunned 1. If it critically fails, it becomes stunned 2.
That's the dazing coil.
That is a dazing coil.
That's pretty
That
good.
sounds incredible for Dan.
Yeah. I think I'll take this. How many? There's just one, right?
Just one. Just the
It's
one.
also good for me because I can just make
Oh, your
creatures
parting shot.
flat-footed
Your parting shot, yeah.
with no check whatsoever.
Yeah, but if you then miss your arrow, isn't it just gone?
Yes. But I mean, that's always the chance.
Well, no.
Actually, no.
You
You
affix it
deal
to the
damage.
weapon, not the yeah.
The trigger
the
is
Oh,
arrow.
fix it
deal
to the
damage.
weapon, not the arrow. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's pretty cool. I'll roll off.
I'll roll off. Screw it.
Is this the
Let's
first
see.
roll off on a talisman we've gotten?
This is a level
Probably.
14 talisman.
It is a level 14 talisman. This is a 900 gold item.
That's nuts.
There's also an argument that we just sell it. Like,
Oh,
What'd you get?
all right. I got a 15.
You feeling good about that one?
I'm feeling okay about it.
Oh,
What'd you get?
My 17 bears to differ.
Oh my god.
Yo.
You outplayed me. What can I say?
Well,
Now you know what? You.
Oh,
you-
every time it's a fixed weapon deals damage.
No, it's a talisman, so it's one use.
It's just
Yeah.
one use. Yeah.
it's just
Talismans are
the
it's
wire
expended.
itself will change shape every time the weapon deals damage.
Okay.
Wait, what?
wait,
Yeah.
what?
It's part of the flavor text of the dazing coil. It says the knot of copper wire reshapes itself in a new pattern every time
Oh,
it's a
yeah,
fixed weapon
okay.
deals damage. It's just flavor. Just flavor.
Yeah. And then you can
That's
activate it whenever you want.
Yeah.
Basically.
Man,
yeah.
why would
so
it
I don't
be
have to
less-
activate it the first time.
It's
I
a
deal damage.
consumable. It's a talisman. It's a consumable. It's one use.
I mean, why wouldn't you
Oh.
just use a stunning finisher? It does the same thing. Oh wait.
Oh. You know what? You walk over to Kashak and you're like, I've seen you shoot whatever arrows, however you want to explain parting shot in real life. It doesn't make any sense. But You hand it to him, and he looks at it. Bastro, I feel like going to the effort of finding out what this item is and deciding that I should have it is treasure enough for me. And he hands it back to you.
Well, thanks,
It's all yours.
Kashak. I think Bastro, he'll affix it to his hand wraps of mighty blows, and then he'll give Kashak a little fist bump. And when
Yeah.
they do that, the coil turns into a heart on his hand wrap.
Wait,
Oh my God.
wait,
Take
that
one
does mean
damage
you have to
then.
have dealt damage. Yeah, you have to have dealt
Damage.
damage.
Oh, it does. It's
No. Oh, yeah.
I'll take the one. I'll take the one for love. That's all it
He
is.
gives you a
One for love.
rather aggressive just fist bump.
Fist bump.
Yeah, and
you
the
hear it
rock
echo
hard
in the
fists.
room.
There is a second magical aura.
Yes, where's that?
Second magical aura.
Pegasus.
It is what appears to be a walrus tusk.
Huh?
A walrus tusk.
One more time.
A walrus tusk.
I thought we were gonna get walrus tusk again. I was really excited.
That appears to have been carved into the shape of a dragon's head.
That's pretty cool.
A
Wow.
polished metal sphere is inserted into an indent in the midsection. Go ahead and give me another check there, Bestronimo.
Can I assist?
No. Mostly because
That
I'm
was
not
better than
worried
the
about him
last one.
failing.
Yeah, no, this is
Fair enough.
39.
I'm also
39.
sobbing and bleeding still, so-
39.
You're just sobbing, giving him study notes.
Yeah, Twinkle Toes is sobbing at the death of these children or whatever.
It could be
And
divination
Bastro's
magic.
just like looking at stuff in the room. Like, what is this thing?
Whoa.
This, my friends, is the item level 13th, 5th level Wand of Manifold Missiles.
Wow.
What?
So
What?
I believe there's already one of
That's
these floating
so
around at 3rd level. The Wand of Manifold Missiles, again, as a wand, can cast the spell once per day, with a chance to completely break or destroy the wand if you want to cast it a second time. The Wand of Manifold Missiles casts Magic Missile at the indicated level, in this case 5th level. And then an additional missile or missiles are released from the wand at the start of each of your turns, as though you'd cast the one-action version of Magic Missile. This lasts for 1 minute until you drop it or cancel it. Now, the reason it's big for 5th level is because each singular action you take to cast Magic Missile will create 3 missiles. So if you full 3 action this,
9 missiles if you 3 action.
Yeah.
that's what I was going to say, yes.
I'm sorry.
And
Sorry,
then at the
weird
top of each
delay.
of your turns, you will automatically get an additional 3 missiles for 1 minute or until you cancel or drop it.
That's crazy.
And the missiles are 1d4 plus 1 damage.
This is the best item in the game. What is happening?
It's a very
so
good
good.
item.
So you cast it, you shoot 9 missiles. Your first turn is always to just blow this thing out of the water. And then every turn after that, for free, you shoot 3 magic missiles.
It's incredible.
3d4 plus 3 automatic force damage.
There's
Yep.
also, at item level 17, a 7th level one, so you get 4 missiles per action,
Unreal.
which is a 15,000 gold item.
The gold scaling in this game is so funny. Like I keep looking at like the highest level of items. Like
Yeah.
elixirs become like 6,000 gold.
And if you're used to playing first edition at high levels like myself and Jack and a little bit of Ben, a 15,000 gold item is maybe like a 7th or 8th level item in
Yeah.
first edition. And a 17th level item would be like 150,000 gold.
Yeah, something like
Oh
that.
my
The gold
gosh.
scaling is so different in first edition.
Insane. It's a lot more linear instead of being just exponential.
So, how do wands work? Who should take this?
So wands,
It's
anybody who has the spell in the wand on their list can use it.
It's the most unfortunate thing because I wanted to have this wand at the lower level when I made Fearin, but it's only an arcane or occult spell.
Correct.
And I'm a divine and primal caster.
Correct.
That's so awful.
So the only one that can use it is Bastro.
Baster's the only one.
And Bastro currently also has the Wand of Overflowing Healing, or whatever it's called,
Yes.
to compete with.
So that's okay. I'm going to.
Wait, why doesn't he just put 2 wands in each hand? Instead
Because
of
he needs one hand to be free for his Laughing Shadow.
Right.
one?
Yeah.
Oh. Bastro, you dog.
I know.
Character
But that's
restriction.
okay. That's okay because
You have to spin an action to draw things?
Fearin can cast heal, so I'll just give the wand of overflowing life to Fearin.
Oh, yeah. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, that way, because I'm not like Bastard's not a big wand guy. Like
That's
one
right,
wand is enough.
When we got this, you were the only one who could use it because we still had Oski.
I
Yeah.
think
And so that was like a
that was
default.
back then.
We
Yeah,
got it
award,
from
yeah.
Abrasion Tallow Hands.
Yeah, that was like forever ago.
Yep.
That was a while ago.
Mm-hmm.
So perfect trade off. Works for me if Fearin's okay with that. I mean,
Sure.
you-
What's
you
the
want-
what's the level of the wand of overflowing
it's
life?
5th level.
Level also.
Fifth
yeah.
level also. Okay.
Yeah, so that one lets you cast heal at 5th level, and then on the following turn you'll receive a 1-action or 2-action heal.
One action.
One
It's
action.
the one action.
Yeah, you'll
version
receive
of
the
that
1-action
level
version
heal.
of a 5th level heal, which is a lot of health. A lot of health.
Yeah.
And again,
And
that's
it's
a
on-
free once per day.
And it's on yourself, so you can't direct that
Correct.
elsewhere.
Correct.
Yeah.
But it's just like
Fearin,
full of action economy.
Fearin's actually going to go ahead, and you see him. Fearin's wearing gloves. I don't know. I haven't been super explicit about this. He's wearing gloves, and he's going to spend a moment, and you see a separate wand appear in his hand, and he's going to stow that in his bag, and then put the wand of overflowing life in his hand again, and then the wand's going to disappear.
That's cool. What item is that? That sounds awesome.
Gloves of storing. It's so good for wands.
That's so cool. Bastard will put away his wand of manifold missile. His new wand.
Except
Cool.
he does like a normal human magic trick
Yeah.
illusion thing and like tries to make it look like it disappears the same way Fearin says.
He puts it behind his face and he goes, ah, and he eats it. Ta-da!
Bastro, no, it's magical. Don't eat that. Oh.
Make a performance check.
A
All right.
walrus tusk in the shape of a dragon.
Great.
Cool.
Any other magic in the room?
No, that's it.
Why don't
good
we
stuff.
why don't we normal perception while this is going on as well?
That took
Just like-
2 minutes, by the way.
I'll just do a quick search of the room. I have a high number.
What is
42?
your high number? 42?
42.
Just trust me, Will. It's high. Just
I
trust
have a
me.
number that broke my brain for mental math, so 42.
I'm starting our next campaign with 30 point buy. Just trust me. Really, not much else to be seen. Everything in here just has that look of being untouched for a long time. Like thick layers of dust cover all of the surfaces. It seems like the only recent activity that caused a stir was your fight in here.
Okay.
And there is, again, just a bunch of like odd, you would assume, occult eccentricities and like little bits and bobs scattered about the tables, but nothing of true interest that hasn't already been noticed by Bastro.
Can I take a closer look at that Pegasus skeleton?
Sure. You take a look at it, and again, it is a fully articulated skeleton of a centaur with wings.
Oh, centaur, not Pegasus.
And each and every one of the bones has a small inscribed plate screwed into it, like with the names of the bones. And before you ask, I will not be naming all of them.
Could I recall knowledge on a centaur with wings?
Sure.
Can I also do that?
Sure.
You have a sense of what skill I should roll for that?
I almost said Pathfinder, mostly because I
Pathfinder,
was
okay.
typing Pathfinder when you asked that. Go ahead and give me an occult.
That's -1. 11.
I got a 31.
31. You're not particularly sure. If you had to guess based off of your estimations, this must have been some kind of centaur with either a I mean, we would call them a versatile heritage in mechanical terms, but some kind of like additional bloodline outside of centaur. So whether that be like dragon or like
Angel or
devil
demon.
or angel, celestial, some kind of creature, because it's not like they were magical wings necessarily, because those wouldn't leave a skeletal structure behind.
But some sort of versatile heritage or like ancestry feat or something along
or
that
some
kind of line.
like
Yeah.
spell that caused actual change, like permanent physical change to the body. And as you're thinking about it, you're like, okay, it makes sense that all of this crazy occult collection of knowledge is here, and they have this. Like, there might
Maybe a
be
ritual or something.
this might be the only one or one of like two that have ever
Yeah.
been on Galarian, kind of deal.
What kind of wings do they look like? Do they look like dragon wings or do they look like angel wings?
It's hard to say, right?
From the skeleton,
Because
yeah.
because it's the skeleton. So whatever kind of surface membrane was there, whether it was feathered, whether it was leathery, bat-like wings,
Or the
difficult to say.
bones would be the same. Yeah.
Wing structure, which is typically what is like depicted for angel wings, is very different from bat wing type structure, which is normally what is utilized, at least artistically, for those others.
But even bat and
Sure.
dragon and several other like non-angelic creatures would probably look similar, right?
Yeah, I mean, at least in how I draw them, yeah.
Right.
Um,
I'm like, I did a lot of
Unsure.
wing structure research recently.
inconclusive.
Okay.
It looks like an oddity, more so than a genuine scholastic study.
A question, William.
Yeah,
An out of character question.
sure.
The riddle we solved.
Yeah.
Is that something our characters found?
I'm gonna say no.
Okay.
It was more for players, less for characters.
Are we allowed to talk about it?
If you would like to. But just keep in mind that since your characters don't know, hate for that to inform your character choices.
Let's not.
Cool. All right.
Yeah, I
Not
gave
on-
them
not
a
on cam.
relevant, as mentioned at the top, I gave them a relevant cipher, Caesar cipher, to kind of get the hype going. I wrote a poem about what's going on here, in vague terms, nothing extremely specific. And yeah, they solved it, and they did a good job. And Emily Grace was the first one to solve it, so she will be starting the relevant combat with 3 hero points.
3 of them. Count it.
Pretty badass.
What's the plan? What are you guys doing? What's the vibe? Let me get a vibe check.
I'm still pretty hurt. I don't know about
We
you
need to rest up.
folks.
How long are we gonna stay in this room? Do you guys think?
Uh,
I'm not too keen on
Here.
exploring more right now. And also upstairs is where all of our dead friends are. So
We also need to carry Burlith out of this horrible place.
yeah.
Well, there's still that door over there, and he points to the
I
door in the room.
I
But
don't want to go through that right now.
so
Give
I
you a rest
can
for-
probably heal you to full, but unless we want to stay here for a while.
Master, you and Fearon must be exhausted. You've been awake for going on 16 hours or so.
I would love it if we could spend significant time preparing for whatever lies ahead.
Sounds good to me.
I could use a good night's sleep and not just to cry into my pillow for a bit.
Oh,
Why don't we go ahead and long rest?
all right. So you're currently at hour 25. As a reminder,
Kashak and I didn't rest until hour 10.
correct.
We should just get on cycle with them. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's going to matter for us because we don't have
Absolutely.
like
One
daily
So,
preparations.
yeah.
So,
For us.
It's been only like it's only been what 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 hours since you finished your long rest. However, the last hour,
For the 7 hours.
the last hour especially has been rather harrowing. So you probably feel the exhaustion setting in already.
mhm.
Let alone any life-threatening injuries, even though magically healed tend to wear on the body. We'll call it like it was 25 hours before you opened. No, was it? Yeah, okay. Never mind.
We had taken some time to heal before we moved into this room.
That's right, because you opened it originally, closed it, left, healed, came back. So it was
And there were 2
25.
more.
It was 25 hours when you opened that door the second time. Then you did the fight, took at least 10, probably a little longer. So we'll call it 15 there. Again, apologies, but I do need to keep precise times.
For the
When
next earthquake.
there are a couple things that matter for my like daily preparations, which can only be done once every 24 hours. So I'm assuming we're not gonna get to that. Twinkle toes and I.
You were the second group to rest?
Yeah.
Don't ask me questions like that.
No,
Yeah.
no, you would not have a full
It's
24
fine.
hours.
It's just my breath weapon thing.
Yeah, for me it used to be halfling luck, but now I get that once an hour. So
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Maybe do we want to heal? Like, we're obviously still worried about something cracking the door open and finding us. Do we want to heal up and then rest?
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Oh,
fine.
yeah.
Yeah.
Vastro casts life boost on Twinkle Toes, so you get how much do you need? Like I can give you up to 108. 100,
I after that second life boost need 35 more.
So I'll just cast twice on you, and now you're full.
Okay. Thank you.
I can get one on Sheethra as well. She's only down 38.
Yeah, done.
So that's another
Yeah.
20 minutes.
And then we sleep.
And then
Sweet.
slip. You guys setting up a watch?
Yeah.
Vastro will go first.
If you set a full watch, I believe it'll take you 10 hours.
Bastro,
yeah, I
how
think so.
about you don't go first since Kashak and I slept more recently. How about,
Nope.
how about
Honestly,
you?
like we could just take both halves of the watch.
Yeah.
It's gonna screw up timing. I don't know. I
But
wanna-
in
I wanna
order,
make this-
in order for you to get a full 8 hours, that would extend the watch to like 16
Yeah.
hours.
Yeah,
The
I
rest
don't want to
is
get
16
too labored
hours.
on this. If you're cool with it, I'm cool with it. Like, I want to get synced up back to the rest schedule as much as
Yeah.
quickly as possible. But like, Let's set up a watch with all 4.
Twinkle Toes will go first.
I have a couple questions for the crew here. So I have like a separate page for when next time I rest for what spells, and on that page I had Dispel Magic prepared a bunch of times. I don't need to do that anymore because that was to try to sneak in or like break into the basement, right?
Not unless you want to cast it in a combat, but we don't need it for the stone door anymore.
Yeah,
We
I may
still
just
don't
prepare
know
it
what
once.
this wibbly wobbly wall is.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna prepare it a lot of times. I think I'll just prepare it once now.
Yeah, once is good.
Yeah.
Where are you
Just
guys
a
resting?
back pocket.
I think in here, right?
Here
Yeah,
being
we like block the doors.
The
Okay.
room we're currently in. Yeah,
Gotcha.
with Burleth.
All right.
I
Everybody,
imagine some of us would take Burleth up to the main landing where
Kieran would want to do that for
the
sure.
tigers died and everybody just pile the bodies, if anything else. Not to be crass, but we'd get him out of here.
I think
gonna
we
stink it-
probably just lay them out on this table.
Yeah, that's fine.
everybody, roll me perception checks for your respective watches.
Scary.
Why?
Always scary.
32.
The
Also,
possibilities.
32.
This might be a first, potentially. Well, we've probably rolled higher than 50 before, but oh no, I can't do math. Never mind. It's a 43.
Oh,
Sorry,
We've rolled higher
very
than a
tired.
43 before, Ben.
Channel
Yeah,
first,
yeah, no.
68.
I got 30.
43.
Yeah, I mean, you're the one with the list of top X, right? So
I'm not keeping track of highest roll, but maybe I should start doing that.
we're starting to get up there.
Mhm.
What's the highest modifier everyone has? Mine's my attack roll, 26.
Mine is my reflex save at 26.
Mine is my will and medicine, which are tied at a 25.
Attack roll is 25. Yeah, that's fine.
My attack roll, acrobatics, and deception are all 25.
So what we need another 2 to 3 levels before a 50 is possible.
Yeah.
Oh, easy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Because
If
I
you just
think
want
you
to go
get
ahead and give me a bigger room. and my weapon, I can get that
absolutely
for you.
not.
Yeah.
You can buy one. Nothing happens.
Shut up.
Nice.
That's good though. That's great.
Gotta
You
love
wake
that
up.
long rest.
Excellent.
For your respective watches. 8 hours. 10 hours, excuse me. Pass. What would you all like to do?
Does anyone else need
What-
to prepare anything, or should we go through
Uh,
the door?
Give me 10 minutes. We talked about this pre-stream. I did prepare lucky number, so I'm gonna roll my lucky number.
Can you explain again what that does?
So, let me pull up the actual spell again, so I'm not.
Ben's
misstating
conclusion
anything.
at the end of reading the spell is that it was dog shit.
It was, but you
So-
know, I do have
Anyways,
We get
I
to
do have
experiment.
quite a few second level spells to play with. So
I think
was
the
like,
big
why not?
brain move would be
You know, let's have some
hero
fun.
pointing the lucky number.
That's
Yo.
actually.
So, when you cast this spell, roll a d20 and make a note of the result. You gain the following reaction. Once you use the reaction, the spell ends and you become temporarily immune to this until the next time you make your daily preparation. So the reaction is, that's my number. If I roll the number on a d20 on a non-secret attack roll, saving throw, or skill check, I can, as a fortune effect, re-roll the triggering check. However, if I re-roll the same number, it's an automatic crit fail.
Incredible.
Let's see what you got there, guy.
So here we go.
And Will, you could hero point this because lucky number is not
It's not a fortune effect. I know.
Yeah.
I double checked.
I have made a note of my lucky number.
You're not gonna tell us, so it could
Is it
just
really
be
high?
anything.
It was 17.
You could hero point it.
Oh God, no! You kidding me with the harrowing combats we're about to face?
Or
I burnt a second level spell. That's what I did.
Give me a second, and he reads his druidic texts, and then he just crumples them up and throws them in the bin. And you go,
Throws it across the room.
It's just like Pisces today are gonna have a good time.
Yeah.
Oh well, thanks.
Kashak's like, all right, I guess we're going. Like,
so this is out of character, but April 23rd, Baster was doomed 2. June 11th, he went down to doomed 1, and today he is at doomed 0. He's no longer doomed.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
The
Oh my
first
God.
time since April.
Yeah,
It's your new-
it's
it's your
been
new
it's been
birthday.
4 months, dude. Oh my God.
Wait, have we, it's taken us 4 months to do 3 days of in-game time.
Yes, or at least
yes, we
3
got
long
here
rests.
so early.
Good
Yeah.
God!
Yeah.
Wow.
I'm no longer sweating every time we enter a combat, and
That's
Baster
so
gets
funny.
crit.
That's incredible. I love that for you so much.
I'm very happy.
Perfect timing.
All right. I'll scope out the door. I'll do my secret checks and my rolls and stuff. Let's listen in.
Oh, just for the rest of the day, all of Farron's checks are secret for no particular reason.
Okay, heard that.
Screw you, Will.
I have a perception check for you on the Dell.
La Puerte.
It is a 20. Nope. It is a 32 to listen at the door.
Okay. Okay. You're putting your ear close to the door.
I don't have ears.
Putting your
Hearing holes.
yeah. What are those called?
Ocular receptors.
Ear openings.
No, ocular is eyes.
So you do
Dang
have
it.
ears.
Ear openings.
Yeah.
I have holes.
You put the side of your head close to the door. You're listening intently. You hear nothing.
Check for traps is going to be a 42.
Whew. I mean, as far as you can tell, there are no traps.
Are we ready to run in here?
Ready is a strong word, but yeah, let's do it.
Go.
And assuming that Fearon is right behind me, I will open the door.
Yes, sorry, I'm just writing spells down on my actual page.
You open the door.
I open the door.
It's a closet.
You ready?
Mhm.
I'm ready.
Give me feel less.
The door slides open.
I knew it. I knew
Oh,
it.
God.
Bones.
To reveal a small, like, chamber, an antechamber, and another door.
Perception check in the antechamber. 27.
27. So, there's really nothing in here of note.
Watch your step. The deadliest rooms are the ones that look unoccupied.
I've heard that before. Yeah.
Second verse, same as the first. Let's listen at this door. I got a 30 for you.
A 30.
Listen at the Dell. And then Trapes, I have a 27.
You hear the faint sound of maybe wind on the other side. It's hard to say because it's not like a natural like wind rustling through tree branches kind of sound. But
What's that like?
yeah, like wind rushing through maybe a cave or like along a cliff face in a wind tunnel that kind of just hollow. Yeah, but it's faint. It's faint.
Okay. He'll draw his bow, and he will open the door, assuming Fearon is breathing down his neck.
Yes. Sorry.
Directly into his shirt collar. It's the wind you were hearing.
Open
Was Fearon breathing on your neck?
Fearon, can you shut the fuck up for 1 second?
Oh God. I'm sorry.
All right.
I've never met a druid to have seasonal allergies. Stop breathing in your mouth.
As somebody with seasonal allergies, I am offended.
Same. The joke is for us to have representation.
All right. Just don't mind me. I'm doing a polygonal reveal. Boop, skiddly doop, da,
Polygamous
skid up,
review.
bop, beep, bow.
Whoa!
Oh, damn.
This
Oh,
large
boy.
chamber appears awash in dust. Oh, there's a fly in here. Sorry, that was super distracting. This large chamber appears awash in dust that drifts in heaps, several inches deep along the floor. A metal rod protrudes a few inches from the south wall, and a cage, 15 feet square, stands near the room's western end. Jonas Flackfatter lies at the bottom of the cage, unmoving. Strange, rounded runes cover the floor beneath and around him.
Interesting. Perception check in here to make sure there's no traps or dangers if we walk in, especially within like the first 15 feet. But as far as I feel like I can take a look.
Okay.
Whatever it is.
How about you roll me initiative instead?
Oh, I can do that
Oh,
for sure. Yeah.
jeez.
Yeah.
I'll go last. I don't know what's going on.
Okay, good roll.
Kushak.
32.
Fearon.
Bad initiative roll. First time in a while. So 28.
Bastro.
34.
Twinkle Toes. Last.
After you!
You open the door. You take in the sights before you. This room covered in an inches thick layer of this pale, yellow-brown dust in heaps that seems to be almost like sand dunes drifting in the ambient wind of this room. And as you see Flackfatter across the room from you, you notice the unmoving body, the runes scrawled in the stone around him. Suddenly a mound of this dust begins to rise up, and a skull crusted in a crown of gems slowly raises into the air, facing to turn towards you with just dust falling as tears out of the eyes and mouth. You see before you this creature.
What?
What the?
Why does it look so cool and terrifying?
Yeah,
my
wait, that's like
God,
kind of awesome.
Raving out.
Yeah, seriously.
Bling, bling.
And we're gonna go ahead and take a quick 10-minute break here because
Yeah, that makes sense.
we gonna need it.
Yeah.
Actually, 8:15 Eastern Standard. We'll see you back here in just a bit.
8:15.